Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do, the usual disclaimers. If you can, folks, last night we kind of had a blast on Open Chat. We talked about quite a few things, so if you want to go back and take a look at that, please do if you happen to have missed it. All right, folks. In the description box, you're going to find a link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's quote-unquote behavioral modification program. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so much they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they do not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused to comply, so you know the drill, folks. Read that article and share on all your social media. We also have linked in there NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding, folks, just in case the JRC has the balls to see through with their threat. As of right now, so far, fucking crickets. What's the matter, JRC? Don't have the courage of your convictions? Alright, we also have linked all the links we've gone over thus far on this channel in regards to the Agape boarding school situation, which we will be covering immediately after this video. Blah! I can't brain. And severe sinus issues today. Hold on a second. Thank you. Agape Boarding School is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri that has taken in so-called troubled male teens that has, and counting, over 21 substantiated claims and civil lawsuits leveled against it. Allegations include, it's not all of them. There's a lot more. And they include, folks, let's see here, physical abuse, sexual abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, starvation, and yes, even child trafficking as of right now. And I'm sure as we go through things, we're going to see more that come to light. They have had, so far, one former staff arrested by the FBI, another, a doctor who's still on premises with access to the 35 kids that are still there left, is up on multiple, substantiated by the Department of Social Services claims of sodomy and sexual abuse against the students on the premises. We have an attorney general who's too busy having his head shoved firmly up Trump's ass to do his goddamn job. Ambitious but spineless. Doesn't that basically tell you all you need to know? They only care about children when it's politically expedient to do so. But if those students are in danger from a conglomerate that is funding your freaking political war chest, well, you've seen how spectacularly he's continued to fail the children at Agape. So, folks, please go to those articles, share on all your social media. And for my peeps out in Missouri, let's make sure this bastard doesn't set one fucking foot in Washington on our dime. Alright? If the dumbass can't even stand up to a county prosecutor, what in the name of God does this state think that he's going to stand up to anybody in Washington? He's not. He's really not. They're going to eat him alive. So let's not do that, okay? We also have linked to change.org, Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. Please share that on all your social media and don't forget to sign. We also got the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org, Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. We also have linked in there, very pertinent, Jennifer Masumber's behavioral contact sheet over what were shockable, starvable or behavioral rehearsal lesson bizarro world offenses. So please don't forget to look at that. All right. Folks, when we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. This channel is marked not for children for a reason. We use profanity and we talk about dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this channel, parental supervision is obviously advised. It is 9:21 a.m. in the morning, and very obviously Tiffany can't brain today. So if I stumble over my words, folks, apologies in advance. Also, apologies for any clearing of the throat, any swallowing, any sounds that might come from the fact that fall has been kicking my ass allergy-wise. All right? Okay. So, where we left off the other day. The JRC school buses, we went over that yesterday. Remember when they wanted to talk about how they respect their students' privacy? Can we go over that real quick? I want to know how you say with your whole chest, JRC, that you respect these kids' privacy. Well, at the same time, you have cameras on in their bedrooms 24 hours a day. That means they catches them when they're dressing and undressing. When you have them in the bathroom stalls, when you have them in the shower stalls, and in the bathrooms in the residences. When they don't have a single moment without a camera 6 inches up their ass. How in the name of God am I supposed to believe that you give a single shit about these kids' privacy? You have at least 10 to 15 people examining every single move that they make, including even when they go to take a shit. That's not respecting privacy. Not on any level. None at all. Now, coming from someone who's been around healthcare her whole life because of my mom, I know there are people in various situations who do need assistance with bathing. Usually it's due to physical injuries or disabilities and where they need that assistance. The person who is assisting in such activities is usually an individual who tries to keep up the dignity of that person as much as they can. That is not what I am looking down on. What I'm looking down on is when you have someone who's completely physically capable of bathing themselves. When they literally do not need to have a camera freaking staring at them while in the midst of bathing. Matter of fact, if self-injury is such a massive concern for you when they are in the fucking toilet or in the shower, there is a way to do that while still respecting the person's privacy. It's called ear to the door. Ever been 5 years old and you were listening to things going on outside your door? It's the same fucking principle. If something is going wrong, shower on or not, you can hear it. You can hear it. Okay? If someone is not properly bathing, you can smell it. You do not need to have a camera in there. That is not respecting privacy. That is predatory as fuck. And you sure as hell don't need a camera on you when you're going to take a shit. There is no justification for that. That is not respecting privacy. When the JRC chooses to respect privacy, what they mean is they don't want to give you the video feed because they don't want you to see what they're doing. Can we call it what it is? Can we call it what it is? Their respect for their privacy is very selective. They can stare at those kids in various states of dress and undress and all of this, all that they want to. But God forbid somebody get a hold of that footage who's willing to scrutinize and see the abuse and the bullshit that they get up to. Just saying. Cameras or voice recorders are not normally used in the bathrooms at the residences or in the stall areas within the school building. You notice how they say normally. Can we dissect this? Because the fact of the matter is, the DESI reports give lie to this, and we have those DESI reports linked. There is footage of a student bathing in one of the residents' bathrooms. It's in the DESI report, JRC. Your own receipts, nonetheless. I'm just saying. But we don't normally do it. There shouldn't be even the exception, JRC. Not even the exception. Most medical places, if they are afraid of this sort of thing, will have a person present outside the fucking door if needed. Not a camera. What the fuck are you going to do with a camera? Seriously? Even if you're trying to make the argument for safety, it doesn't work. And the fact that we know you have them in the bathroom stalls, both in the schools and in residences, we have the receipts. That is a lie. Moving on. In an effort to respect the privacy and dignity of the students and contribute to maintain the safety of all students and staff, JRC will assign only quality control staff of the same sex as the student to monitor self-cares and bathrooms via DVR. That's actually also been proven to be a lie. Again, DESI reports don't lie. Your own paperwork doesn't lie. And those receipts have been corroborated by witness testimony with people such as Jennifer Masamba. Also, there is the fact that they being of the same gender does not necessarily mean you are protecting them from predators. JRC, you are aware of the fact that a predator can be of the same sex as the victim, right? There's literally multiple cases of it. Case in point, Agape Boarding School. It's not the flex you think it is. In addition, quality control staff members only monitor the bathrooms and self-cares of students when it's absolutely necessary to ensure the safety of the student. Here we go again. If you are so concerned with what they can get up to taking a fucking shower or a shit, why are you not just putting staff there? Why does a camera need to be there? This is what I don't understand. This makes zero sense to me. In most medical facilities that I've seen my mom work at in my younger years, if they fear that something may happen when a person is bathing, they didn't put a fucking camera in there. They stationed someone right outside the door to listen and to hear, to see if anything might go wrong. It works better because a person actually being there can stop a dangerous situation a lot better than somebody watching a camera, not even in the same fucking building of the student. How is that going to help the dangerous situation? Well, they can alert the staff. I thought the staff was already sitting on the toilet while they were right outside the shower, making sure they bathed properly. Yeah, that's a thing. That's in one of the DESI reports. It's also been corroborated by witness testimony. So tell me, why is all that surveillance needed if a person is already there? See, you can't justify yourselves, JRC. You can't justify yourselves. Your arguments fall flat when it is brought in to compare with evidence and facts. There is no justification. No justification. None. Zilch. Nada for having those cameras there when the child is at their most vulnerable. You're flexible. Well, it's just the females watch the females and the males watch the males. Again, I raise you my argument. Agape boarding school and the boys who were being sexually abused and sodomized by members of the same sex. Yeah, it's not the flex that you fucking think it is. Okay? But it's safe, it is. It's not. It's really not. The DVR supervisor and QC supervisor will be responsible to ensure the policy is followed. Your policy has so many holes in it that even Swiss cheese is eyeballing it, wondering what the fuck. Okay? I am a person without a doctorate, but a lot of experience who's worked in the field. And I was able to tear holes through your policy with barely even exercising 1.5 brain cells to do so. Your policy does not protect those kids from predators. Your policy does not respect their privacy or their dignity as human beings. What crack are you smoking? There are common sense, logical, even safer ways if you are so frightened about self-injurious behavior in these very vulnerable areas that you can do that will protect their privacy and their dignity. You do not do those. No. You take away every sense of autonomy, every sense of privacy. You rob them systematically of every single human right that they have in alphabetical order 24/7, JRC. Your video monitoring is a playground for pedophiles and predators of all shapes and colors. Your policy that so-called has built-in protections fall on its face because it's built on logical fallacies. Okay? The fact of the matter is, the only time you actually give a damn about their privacy is when you are asked for footage in regards to what you get up to behind closed doors. Okay? Your video monitoring, although, let's face it, on the head of everything else you bastards get up to, is on the lighter side of things, yet at the same time is just as predatory, just as wrong, and just as much a violation of those kids' human and civil rights as everything else you do in that goddamn school. I'm going to close out on that, folks. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do get do tend to get removed from time to time, so please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.